Community is really important. We've always felt from the beginning when we only had 16 employees, if we could support the grassroots community, people who are trying to make a difference in their careers, whether it be in entertainment or the arts, etc., or in this case, project engagement. We were involved in the Scarborough community where we get our crew together and collect food and then put it into touts and have it delivered across the city of Scarborough to people in need. Whatever we can do for the community makes sense, because at the end of the day, members of our community want to go out and buy some beer. And chances are, if we engage in this type of activity, they will choose us. Leaders, I put this in here because, first of all, this is Peter Eyes, one of our senior sales reps. At one of our parties decided he wanted to learn how to DJ, so this is him practicing as a DJ. But I want to get back to the management thing. We've come up with a program in the last 3 years that's been very effective for us. Sometimes when we have new managers, and it's very difficult to bring someone from outside, especially a senior person, and introduce them to the idea of being a manager at Steam Whistle. When we have challenges, what we do is sit down with them and say, okay, we've got a problem. A bunch of your staff are unhappy. We can't continue with unhappy staff. It's not about the bottom line. It's about the love. Love will bring a positive bottom line. Your staff don't love you. You need to have your staff think of you as their hero. You need to be worried about their career, not your own career. We hired you. You've got a great job. You're a manager. Forget about yourself. Make your staff successful. You're responsible not only for their career currently, but their future career when they leave here. You will play a large role in that. And if you can't get around that, then you can't stay. So this is what's going to happen. In 3 months, we're going to turn the ship for you. I want you to go and talk to each one of your staff members and tell them, Greg and Cam said I couldn't stay unless I become a better manager. And I want to know from you what I can do to improve your day at work. Humility is very powerful. As soon as this happens, a staff member who may have hated that manager thinks, wow, they're relying on me? I have a say in who's my boss? They right away go, okay, you know what, that person's not so bad. I want to help them out. And it's incredible, the ideas that come out and the realization on behalf of that manager of the mistakes they were making. And they start looking around and seeing other managers who are operating the way they should operate. In fact, they'll connect with those other managers and they start helping them out. Typically, at the end of the 3 months, things are turned around. And again, I think it's really important, this idea that I'm the boss, and I mentioned this earlier today, I'm the boss, I'm in control. No, management is servitude. You need to make sure that your staff have all the tools and all the resources to do their job effectively and successfully, or it's not going to work, people. You can't force them to do it. They need to want to do it. Once you provide them with all those opportunities, then you can start judging them and saying, hey, you know, we've done everything we can for you. You need to do a better job. These are the suggestions. Most likely you'll come up with much more cooperation from somebody who feels that you have supported them. So again, just some of the other things that we do, there are initiatives that make sense, but keep in mind that people's own self-worth and value in the business is the most essential component to having a good culture. Then the fun comes. So after working for 5 years at Steam Whistle, you get to go on a trip back to Mecca, we call it, back to Europe. We fly the group in the fall to Munich to experience the real Oktoberfest. And then we take a train to Pilsen, where Pilsner Quell is, and Marek takes us through into the caves below there and tells the incredible story of how a German guy, actually, German brewmaster, developed the first Pilsner lager ever consumed in the Czech Republic. And they dug these deep caves into the mountain so that they could, because of the fact that the yeast for these beers needs to ferment at a lower temperature, they dug them deep caves and then put snow in them all winter long and ice so that over the summer the beer could ferment. Wonderful place to visit. And then we go to Prague and we do some of this. But what's really important about that is it's something for them to aspire to, and it's recognition of 5 long years put in at the business. And it's a great way to connect on an individual level with people, bonding outside the business, having a lot of fun, and celebrating beer, which is what we do every day. We also allow people to invest in the business. You have to be there for a year, but you get an opportunity to become an investor, and also after a year, you start to take part in our profit share program where 5% of our profits are shared amongst our staff. We have a staff breakfast both in the spring and in the fall, all staff members in the main beer hall. It's getting a little tight in there now. But what we do is we just show them our financials, show them exactly what's happened in the year, how much money we've made, where the losses have happened, where the opportunities to improve are. And because a lot of them are investors and all of them share in profits, they're really interested in doing their job every day. They're not just thinking about growing sales, but they're also thinking about what we can do to improve efficiencies, because at the end of it, part of that value is going to come back to me. We've won awards over the years. It was mentioned earlier today before the start of the talk. But I want to tell you the most important thing, the best award or reward for Cam and I is seeing somebody buy our beer. Cam and I were driving one of our first vintage trucks down Queen Street in Toronto, just west of Bathurst, and it was painted steam whistle green, and I saw a guy come out of the beer store with a six-pack. And I said, Cam, do you know this guy? No, this is only like two months after we started our business. I said, Cam, do you know this guy? And he looked over, he beeped the horn, the guy waved. He goes, no, I don't know that guy. And I said, Cam, some dude we don't even know bought our beer. And just recently I was walking down Yonge Street, and the lady had a six-pack, and I just walked up and said, steam whistle, yeah, that's great. She goes, weirdo, get away. So I like to put the slide in. I do a lot of talks for MBA schools, and what they'll tell me is we're not learning any of this stuff you just talked about in school. What are you talking about? How could it possibly work? Does it work? So I just show them this, and it's like the right sort of angle you want, right, for the business. That's what I explain. That's it, folks. Thanks for listening.